The whistle itself is transformational when communicating with your stock dogs. So today in part 2 of the video, we are going to talk all about the different sounds that you can make with the whistle and how to kind of get started implementing it with your dog. The whistle itself, if you haven't looked already in part 1, talks all about how to choose your whistle as well as how it works. But the whistle itself is just basically a little sound box. So when you're making the sounds with your whistle, you want to try to make them as clear and concise and consistent as possible with your dog. So for instance, let's just try a recall to begin with. So here's a typical recall whistle. Okay, nice soft kind of sound with that. So pick sounds that are easy for you. My lie down whistle sounds like this. I'm going to run through now kind of a range of whistles that I use for the basic commands. So just pick one or two. Maybe this week we work on the lie down. Maybe next week we work on the recall. Whatever it may be, just choose one, get it going, and then go from there. Here is my away whistle. Okay, so that's just a basic away whistle. My come by whistle. So that's my come by whistle. I have a walk up whistle. And those are some of the very basic whistles that you can use. I also have a steady whistle. So just a long straight note. And those are kind of really all you need to get going. There's certainly other ones. There's a speed up whistle, a look back whistle, different things like that. But that's a lot just to get you going on it. I'm going to introduce the whistle commands with Kata at the moment. Let's give it a try. Come by. She's just starting to get the verbal. Come by. Come by. So I'm keeping it really simple. I'm just doing the come by at the moment. So I'll say the word. Now she doesn't really know the verbal that well yet either. So I'm helping her with body language here. Come by. And I'm just encouraging her to run that way. Good girl, steady. So just choose one whistle or one particular command. It might be your recall, your lie down, whatever it might be, and just start with that. Come by. Good girl, steady. And in no time, the dog will have it. So there isn't really a big rule as to whether you say the word first or the whistle. As soon as she starts to get the idea of that whistle, then I will eliminate the word for a while. And the dogs pick up these whistles really fast. They really do. As far as assigning whistles to your dog, something you also want to consider is that if you have a dog, for instance, that's super quick, super fast, and kind of chargy, you might not want to use a whistle that is super fast and chargy. So I wouldn't want to go with a dog that's super fast because that's likely going to speed them up. Instead, you could try and keep your tone soft, okay? So those are things that you kind of want to think about when deciding on your whistles with your dogs. Something else that you might want to consider is how soft or loud you can make the whistle. So it's kind of softer, quieter tones. Okay, more power, more breath behind that in order to make that whistle. One way of just practicing your whistle too is to try playing a little song. Okay, so you can also try the scale if you're into music. Slightly flat, but you get the idea. So try using your whistle as a little instrument, and this will help for you to develop the control. So you want to start to be able to hit the right notes with it, as well as hit the right loudness of it as well. So being softer or quieter, louder, stronger, and that sort of thing, because that is going to communicate over the distance for your dog. So in part 3, we are going to dive into some more advanced training out in the field with your dog. So make sure you hit that one. And if you haven't yet watched part 1, all about choosing the right whistle for you. Thanks and have a great day.